Good morning, DBO supporter people. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're working on the Turbo V30. We're gonna see if we can get it running. If you saw the last one, I was a little bit more dejected. Be more work than I thought, but I think it's gonna be easy. Game plan is we need to replace these two rockers, that one and that one, as they're both broken. I thought I could get the rocker shafts out. They're both very in there, so we're gonna pull the engine out so that I can hammer them out, and then I'm probably just gonna replace the shafts with new rockers because I kind of put a vice grip on that one, messed it up a little bit. So instead of risking it, we'll just put all new stuff in. So what we need to do in order to get this out is downpipe off, turbo off, oil cooler off, engine ground off, probably disconnect the harness. Yeah, I'll disconnect the harness. I taped everything up over there. I'll leave it on the engine and just disconnect it over there. Cooling, I'll figure out the best way for that stuff. Intercooler piping needs to come off of here, but that side can stay. And then drive shaft, shifter, trans mount, slave, and throttle cable, and we should be out. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna set up a GoPro on a tripod if I can find that stuff, and see you in the time lapse. Alright, quick update of where we're at. Time lapse might not showed me a little bit where I was at. So I got the wheels off, brake calipers off, control arms undone, bolt out of the steering shaft right there, and then just got the shifter disconnected. So I'm gonna do drive shaft, cross member, and then slave, and we should be good back here. And then I think it's just engine ground, and then the harness and the strut tower stuff. But there was a couple things that I just wanted to show you guys before we got too far along. So first off, we got our turbo. It's still doing like great. There's the way I took it off. I took it out of the housing because it was hard to get to the bolts on the housing, on the manifold. But the part I wanted to show you was more in the engine. So I will lower the car down and show you. All right, this is what I wanted to show you. Look at how dry this coupler is. There's absolutely zero oil in there. So back speeding rod's turbo, seals are still holding up. Pretty stoked on that, but back to the time lapse. I think we are there pretty much. Everything seems to be disconnected. Of course, you know, as always, we'll see what I forgot when we start going down. But I'm gonna switch the GoPro to real time, and you guys can watch me pull this thing out successfully or unsuccessfully. I'll talk at you. All right, here goes hopefully something. she's coming. Alright, steering shaft is off. Make sure no calipers get hooked. Definitely broken my fair share of brake lines that way. How are we doing up here? This seems good. It's like twisting for some reason, but I don't think there's a real reason for that. I think we're okay. Pull it back this way. Huh. Forgot the engine ground that I mentioned like 3 times in this video. All right, let's try again. All right, that's not bad. Just throw out the engine ground. And baby, woo, woo, she's out. This is easy. All right, time to get those rocker shafts out. You guys saw that was a hell of a ordeal getting that that exhaust shaft out. It's this one right here. Look how far it just, oh come on, focus man. Let me go down. It just like destroyed that thing getting that out. I also noticed an interesting thing. It's kind of weird. Oh, I'll show you this part too. See if it'll focus. It took out like chunks of aluminum. These are where the like the rocker retainers go. Yeah, can't really see it, but it took some aluminum from these passageways as it came out. So pretty shitty if you ask me. There's like chunks of metal in here I have to clean out now, but whatever. You guys saw the bottom of this head before I put it on this time, so we know she's a little tired anyway. But what I want to show is, so we have oiling holes right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, and right there. On the exhaust rocker shaft, there's only one big one in the middle. That's probably why it was hard to get out. I don't know why they do that. But anyway, I'm going over to this one. So we'll rip this valve cover out, and hopefully this one comes out way easier. And yeah, I don't think you need to watch me hammer another set out, so come back when those are out. All right, got those rocker shafts out, and guys, look at how clean this head is. It's like this was just, you know, went through a hot tank or something. And I noticed this is a 200 head, right? This is an ETA. It has the same setup where these all have oiling holes. Well, every other one of these has oiling, but on the exhaust, only that one, I guess this one has more. So I don't know. They're all just different. And these head bolts, I've never seen head bolts that looked like that before. But I don't know. The more you learn. But let's get these over. I'm just going to install one at a time, pound that in, and we should be good to go. Throw in a time. Right, rocker shafts are in. If you saw by that time lapse, man, that exhaust shaft just took all I had. It's like fairly mushroomed actually getting it in there. It should be fine. Got the retainer. The intake one just went right in. So I don't know what's going on in here, but clearly something's not the best. But whatever, we're there. I'm gonna do some finagling. It's not going to be very entertaining on camera, but just pretty much get all of the, you know, the rockers centered over their respective valves or lobes on the cam and on the valves. So I'm gonna mess with that a little bit, and then we can go from there. All right, all the rockers are on, and they are all. The valve lash is set on all of them as well. So I set them all to a tight 10 thousandths, probably closer to 9 thousandths cold, and we'll see if that works a little bit better. I was just about to throw the engine in before I put the rest of it back together, because it's not hard to work on this stuff in the car. But what I think I'm going to do instead is work right here. Coolant line out of the way. I'm gonna try to get the power steering on, because I would really enjoy power steering in this car for the track. So I believe we got a power steering bracket here. I don't know what the rest of it attaches to. I'm gonna go see what I have and what I need to do. I think I have everything to make this work. And then right here I was running a block off plate, so I need to take that block off plate off over there, and then find some kind of reservoir, and we should be good to go. All right, after many hours, power steering is done. I tried a lot of lines. So there's like a line, and a line, a reservoir, and another line, and some more lines, and a line, and a line. But this one, I found this reservoir right here that had this line on it, and that one I'm pretty sure that's out of some E30 somewhere. It doesn't look like it leaks either, which is nice. And then I think this is actually a factory E30 line that goes there. So who knew? Just using E30 stuff. It's a little weird because of the Z4 rack, which is the same setup as like a E36 rack, but it's all there. Got belts on her. She's all bolted in. For now, I just have it zip tied up here. should be pretty good, but I'm thinking I'll have John make some sort of bracket that can clamp around this and tie right there. I don't think this is going to be in the way of the throttle body, but we shall see. But I think that's it. So it is about 5 o'clock on Thursday. Car needs to be ready for Sunday. I am not working Saturday. I'm supposed to go drifting tomorrow in the E30 or the Drift E34, but the weather looks bad. Like, it looks like it's gonna snow and be shitty, and I don't think anybody else is going. Nobody's talked to me about it. I think just me and Nick said we were gonna go. Like, not even like our friends, but like other people that aren't our friends either. So I'm gonna regretfully cancel drifting tomorrow, and then we can finish working on this thing tomorrow, get it all back together and running, and I won't be rushed, and I don't have to work super late tonight. So that is my plan. But for what's next is we've got power steering done, timing is done. Need to do more stuff. Everything else that's on the engine though, in here and stuff, I'm gonna do once it's in the car. I don't think it really makes too big of a difference, so I'm just gonna do it in the car. And this brings me to our next thing, which is wheels and tires. We're running these 15s. They seem fairly good. Oh man, we kind of toasted that one a little bit, poor guy. But they was just a little small for the car, and I think we might do a little bit better with some 16s. So I have this E30 that's right here. We have these wheels on it. They look like they might be fairly light and small. They're 16s. They're 4-lug. They're for a BMW. They're not going to work on that car because we're going to 5-lug swap it. And then over here in my dark tire corner, I could go buy some light bulbs. Or I might look upstairs, but those went out today. But over here, I have these four. I'll just grab them and pull them out. But pretty darn fresh tire, always stored inside. But these are, so where's our size? We need a size 205/50 16 Bridgestone RE71s. So I believe these were also 205s, but they're a little narrower. Yeah, these are 205/50 15s. So those are a whole inch bigger. I think it's gonna help. I think it's gonna help a lot. So my tire machine's still broken, so I think we're gonna go over to Zach's and get those mounted up. I'm feeling like I could use a brake from this thing. Just all these small things seem to take forever, and they really kill me motivation wise. So the truck video, if you guys saw that one right here, if you haven't, I gotta go. I think it should be finished uploading. Just go make a thumbnail for that, and I'll get that out, and then we'll go to Zach's. All right, guys, next day. Today's the day. Gotta get it done. I think it's gonna go good. Got the tires mounted up last night. RE71's on, old Kumo's off. So those are all set. There'll be a video on that by itself on the tires. Did an interesting thing about it over at Zach's. But looks like Will's over here to talk to me, so I'm gonna let you go. All right, went and help Will push the car in, and yeah, I'm gonna get this pig back up into there by myself. Let's do it. All right, subframe is bolted in. All I've done is just those 4 bolts, steering shaft, and I just put the oil cooler lines back on. So I think I'm gonna do this systematically. So next I'm gonna do drive shaft, shifter, and transmission mounts and everything there. And then I'm gonna come up and do brakes, and then do strut towers, whatever. And then I think I'll bring her back down and start working from the top. Hopefully it goes together as fast as it came apart. All right, got all that done except the strut towers. I'll wait till it comes down to do that. But I was thinking, I have these high box springs. They're E46 springs or H&R springs. The rear of this car is really high, so I thought about putting these in. You can see it's kind of dark under here, but these H&Rs are significantly shorter than those H&Rs. So I'm thinking I might put it in. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'll throw them in. Comparison of the two. All right, she is on the ground. Both front shocks, struts, both front struts bolted in. Rear springs changed out, and new wheels and tires on the car. And I gotta say, this is a much better looking height. This car is presentable looking now. So, see if it drives any better. It might be slightly lower in the rear than the front, but I don't know. I think it works. I think it looks okay. Oh yeah. I like it. So, I guess next, I start up here. Probably get the wiring out of the way, get the valve cover on, and then, I guess then turbo. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Sweet. I'm getting excited. I'm also gonna put the trim that goes here on this time before I go. I can't get the bottom one on because I still haven't mounted the oil cooler how I want, and it's gonna stay like how it is for now. But it was a lot better looking car now. You're wrong, Roger. These wheels look way better. All right. I don't know what we did last, but now we have turbo, harness, ignition system. Just started on the cooling system. Pretty much just that hose. Oh, I also did was able to find a brake booster line, so hopefully it works. It's a little pressed in there, but I think it might function. Next we do intercooler piping, which is just that clamp, and moving those two clamps up onto that coupler. And then radiator, fan, she's full of oil. I put some power steering fluid in. I don't have any more, so I gotta go get some. Oh, fuel lines need done, and yeah, fill it up with water, and I think we're pretty close to running. Throttle cable needs done, but it's amazing how these things just go back together. Still shocks me every time. I think it's gonna take forever, and it's just like bloop, 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 bloop. Done. All right, I think everything's together. Just gave it power. Still need to like zip tie the radiator and zip tie all this stuff and get tools out of here. But I think it's time I try to fire it up, and we see what happens. So yeah, I think it's gonna work. I have hope. So here we go. It'd be really cool if we have power steering and power brakes. And it'd be really cool if we have 6 cylinders. I also adjusted the max speeding rod shifter, and is all of the short now. We got noise. I'll put you guys down. So, we need some more juices. Let's try that. Running. It's really ticky, but it's running. Got 6 cylinders. Oh, that could have been bad. All right, power brakes. Can't really tell. I guess it'd be if we're driving. I think we have power steering. I think we need more fluid. So yeah, I'll let it run and get up to temp and, you know, top off the coolant and all that stuff, and yeah, probably just let this go. I'm gonna put the hood on, put all the trim pieces on, and maybe I'll go see Zach or something. But all right, she's outside, and it looks great. I got those front pieces on. I self-tapered that back trim piece on. Power steering makes a bunch of noise. It doesn't really seem to work, so might have a bad pump. Whatever. Power brakes do work, but thinking this is the main reason that we didn't go drifting today, is because it's snowing. So it would have been fun probably, but wouldn't have learned much, and it was better spent not rushing this and getting this done. And now they can drive it while the sun's up. So we'll go over to Zach's, probably hang over there and see what he's up to. All right, we are at Euro Garage. Car did great. It drives good. There's an interesting noise from the back. I think it's like a brake shield or something. So I'll torque the wheels before I get on the track, but I think everything else is pretty solid. I wiped it down a little bit at Zach's. It looks good. Look at that thing.
Looks good.
Zach doesn't think it looks that good.
No. I mean, it looks all right. It looks all right. Not bad.
I really like the way the rear looks now. Power brakes work great. Power steering, not so much. It didn't leak at all at my shop. And then I got here and parked it inside. And now there's a massive puddle. I'm gonna clean the puddle.
We gotta fix it first.
But Zach's working on his thing.
I am. I'm motivated. I bought these wheels a while ago. They've been sitting around, but they're really.
We'll go to the other side.
It looks really good.
So you got tires for him today.
Yeah.
And he mounted them up. And I worked on his front coilovers, and he's working on his rear coilovers.
It looks good.
He's just got one corner to go.
Yeah.
But
and then I lost motivation, but it looks good.
He's gonna get it back and do that other corner.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm coming in and doing.
Oh, he's not. You do it right now. Just do the wheel.
Why can't I just come in tomorrow?
Okay, come in tomorrow. But
I'll be more soberish.
Zach made it. His wait list. He made it into the normal group, and he's off the wait list. So
I get to use the car's gonna see the track again. It hasn't since Will.
Yeah.
So.
But Nick might not be coming because he might have the virus thing maybe. So I don't know. We'll see about Nick. What was that?
It's the brake shoe. At least I think it is. The fucking noise.
Anyway.
Anyways.
But I think that's the end of the video. So stay tuned for the next video where this is on track and my thing's on track and maybe Nick's car's on track. Put down in the comments, what do you think is going to be faster on the track? Zach in a purple M3 with good suspension, good brakes, and good tires, or a raggedy E30 with a ton of power, decent tires that are small, and me behind the wheel. So
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
yeah. But see you in the next one.